Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of lore on some Marvel right now. First things first, I need to download this. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys the breakdown of what happened while I was playing some Marvel 3 with the homie Vince. Now, if you guys do not know, in the last episode, episode 2 of the Wheel of Fighting games, I had Vince on as my guest. He solved the puzzle, and he won a copy of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So we played some games naturally, and now I will say we had a lot of fun, but there were definitely some complications when it came down to playing. First off, while we were playing, we actually used the Steam screen share service, couch play thing, whatever they have going on. And let me just say, that was absolutely terrible. Now, at low level play, you know, teams aren't so important, but the thing I actually wanted to talk about was Vince's team. He was running a team of X-23, but it was more so about the second character. It was Senko? I don't know how to pronounce this character's name, but this character was a problem when it came down to the Steam screen share. This character in particular was an absolute problem, and it was just because of one move on Steam screen share. It was this move. It was her DP input. I actually had a very tough time blocking this move, and it's not because the move itself is actually hard to block. I've blocked Teen Gohan before. I can block this fucking move. The problem was the Steam screen sharing that we're talking about here. It was so bad that at points in time, my screen would freeze because Vince was screen sharing to me. My screen would freeze and it would go back into playing like normal a couple seconds later. So while normally blocking this move, not that much of a problem, it's a lot more of a problem when you can't see which side she's actually going to end up on. So funnily enough, I actually put in the most time learning a character when it came down to actually Nova. I learned a couple things. And yeah, he was the character I spent the most time with. And funnily enough, I wanted to pick him up in Marvel 3 because I'm actually playing Marvel Infinite. But the point here was that Nova was getting bodied. Strider was getting bodied. For some reason, when Ryu came out, it was like I knew how to play the game all of a sudden. Even with the lag, Ryu was almost pulling off OCVs like every game he was in. For some reason, my Ryu was absolutely doing work, putting out mad damage for no good reason. Obviously, the super being great for chip against someone that doesn't know how to play the game. Vince was not super jumping, so his kind of movement, we're both noobs at the game, but he was getting fucked up by my Ryu. As you guys can see, the team Vince was using was X-23, Senko, and Felicia at first, initially. We then switched over to Parsec. Now, I lost fairly handedly, and I'm going to blame the lag, because it was pretty bad, but who knows which way it would have went if it was offline. But moving on over to the thing that I'm sure everyone would suggest, Parsec. Yes, we absolutely did use Parsec. That was kind of one of the first things I talked about when it came to playing Marvel 3 with Vince. After we actually did switch on over to Parsec, it was obviously way better on my side. I was the one streaming through Parsec. Vince was actually having troubles getting Parsec to actually pick up and register his game. When it came down to his side trying to use Parsec, it would only register his monitor. So my controller, my RAP4, would not sync up to the game. It would not connect to Marvel 3. But streaming on my side was perfectly fine, at least on my side, because Vince was saying it was laggy. He was saying he had fairly delayed inputs. I don't know how bad it actually was. I would love to actually be on the other end, the one having the game streamed to them, because I've played a bunch of delay-based netcode games. I've played this game online standardly, and let me just say it's pretty freaking awful. So I don't know how bad it would be. I do probably need to optimize some settings with Parsec and kind of get things figured out a bit better, but when it came over to me streaming through Parsec, the team Vince was using was X-23, Senko, and Phoenix. Like I said, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name properly. And let me just say, Vince, you do not know how to play Phoenix. He does not know anything about Phoenix. So when it came down to Dark Phoenix, he didn't know what was good with Dark Phoenix. He had all the glass with none of the cannon. He was tagging her in randomly, and I wasn't gonna say anything, so gotta be a little evil out here. I'm definitely looking forward to playing more Marvel 3. I think this game is a lot of fun. I was actually super stoked to have Vince playing this game with me, and definitely want to get some more games Marvel 3 in the future, because I think this game is in fact mad fun. I think Infinite's mad fun too, but nobody plays that game online, so to even Marvel 3 or maybe Marvel 2. You know, where's the Marvel community? I honestly have no idea. I think all the games are probably a lot of fun. I haven't really spent any time in Marvel 2, but I definitely want to, especially if we do get a port to current gen consoles. That would be absolutely amazing. I would love to see that. The team I'm thinking about playing in Marvel 2 would probably be like Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Scott Summers, Cyclops. That's what I'm thinking of. I know it's probably not particularly an amazing team. And if you guys were curious at the team I'm using now, it is actually Taskmaster, Virgil, Nova. I hope you guys enjoyed my little chat. I will see you guys later. Peace.